Guys, long time no see. How's going?
Good, except that I was a bit stiff as I had to stick my eyes to the laptop screen too much. I quite enjoyed this long-term TED holiday. Thanks to that, I had more time with my family as long as realized some interesting things around me that I had never known before.
Mm, can you share more with us?
Sure. First of all, I would like to say that every time I had days off and come back home, I noticed two or three new houses or supermarkets be built up in my village. In fact, that is because my countryside is in the process of urban planning.
Oh, really? Congratulations. You will soon become a city girl.
Oh no, I don't like it at all. For me, the city is too crowded and puzzling, although it gives people great opportunities such as jobs. I personally like the tranquil and idyllic countryside. I like spacious one-story houses rather than tight, high-rise buildings.
I agree with Hoa. The city might be a convenient workplace, but not include living there. Anyway, Nhung, during the period of time staying at home due to the corona pandemic, did you discover anything interesting? Like me, after some brief conversations with the neighbors, especially the youngster in the neighborhood, I realized that they didn't use local dialects anymore.
I think it's normal since they soon are exposed to technology. In my place, there are children who haven't reached secondary school but speak English fluently like a native. In fact, I didn't find anything interesting apart from a weird neighbor who got on my nerves. Like, the more meaningful act she did, the more bad attitude she had. For example, she would actively clean the village road and collect rubbish, but when someone get into conversation with her, she didn't care about it and sometimes cursed them.
Probably she's a clean, loving person, and she hates people who lack a sense of community. And because she didn't know who that was, so she was upset with everyone.
Well, maybe.
Well, where I live is different. People get on well with others and are more aware of what they do. And the boundaries between our houses are rarely mentioned. For example, there are about five different households in my LA, but when they went sweeping, they will sweep the trash from the beginning to the end of the land and take out the trash. Actually, they are also annoyed, but they never cut off their nose to spite their face.
If aggressive neighbors make you uncomfortable, then for me, cutting almost all the old trees to expand the roads is unacceptable. After all, I thought it was unnecessary in my village. Moreover, it's lost the beauty of the landscape, and in the summer, the air will be hotter and more dusty.
Yeah, most of the places are in the process of urbanization, and it's more common nowadays. When I was young, I would like to look at a high-rise building, those trees sparkling with lights at night, but now it made me suffocating rather than amused.
Seems like this long holiday you two went through some unhappy things.
Oh, not really. I also met interesting things. But everyone in my neighborhood is quite close, and so the funny stories also take place quite naturally in our lives. I tend to remember things that make me surprised things are different than before.
Mhm. My parents often talk to people, but I'm the opposite. I prefer to mind my own business, so that story don't suit me very well.
Oh, really? Unbelievable. So why when you are with us you are so sociable?
Yeah, sometimes if we are silent, and you will be the one who stir up the air.
Yeah, split is with friends. I don't like to join down stories because whenever my neighbor friend and I will become the center of the conversation, you know.
Yeah, but you can't deny that this holiday is great. My neighbors I had before turned out to be not as bad as I thought. For example, my old female neighbors right next to my house, she always gossip about others' business, which makes even her husband and her son unacceptable. But during this time, I discovered her other opposite side, her very conscientious and hardworking one.
That's great. I think everyone has unforgettable memories about this holiday. Now I just want to go back to school as soon as possible and meet everyone and finish this semester.
Yeah, look forward to come back to school.